finally, we didn't get Mercedes 1 and 2 and Max in third place. Finally. Let's face it. The majority of the season, qualifying has been predictable. We've had Mercedes 1, Mercedes 2, and Max in third place. That's all it's been all season. And at one point when I was doing my reviews, I was thinking, what's the point of even doing a review of this shit? How about I just get my thumbnail, throw it up, do my editing, get on there and just start doing it. And actually say what's going to happen, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to be a Mercedes 1 and 2 and it's going to be a Max in third place. 99.9% of the time, that's how it's going to be. But today, we got something different. We have got a pink Mercedes on pole. Not the pink Mercedes I wanted on pole, but it's still a pink Mercedes. I wanted Perez. I thought at one time Perez was going to get it. At one time. But Lance Stroll, he'll do. Congratulations to him. I still think he's still there because his dad's got money. I'm not going to stray away from that. I'm not going to suddenly jump on the bandwagon of Lance Stroll and say, ooh, yes, I love this guy, I respect this guy. Yeah, no. I'm still going to stick to what he's there because of his dad. If you want to come to F1 and kill your career, team up with Lance Stroll. Because when it's time to produce, listen, you can get pole after pole after pole. It doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter if you get pole after pole after pole. The fact is, what it boils down to, when you're ready to move on and you're with Lance Stroll, 2 seasons and you're out. Look at Ocon, out. Look at Perez, out. Lance Stroll, still there. Same shit. It was the same when he was at Williams, when his dad had a piece of the company. It's the same shit. You all bow down to Lance Stroll's dad. If you are teamed up with Lance Stroll, you are gone. When it's ready to change up, Lance Stroll ain't going nowhere. You are. But it is nice to see someone, another colour on pole. It's refreshing. Do I think the practice session was good? No. Personally, dog shit. The track's good, surface is shit. They put a new surface on it about 6 weeks ago. No one's really raced on it. It's all over the place, slipping and sliding. I thought at one time the practice session was going to get cancelled. At one time I thought the qualifying was going to get cancelled. When I stopped the session for a little bit and red flagged it, I thought that was it. Another qualifying on a Sunday, getting up in the morning. You've got to get up early in the morning anyway, because Turkey's 3 hours in front of us. So 7 o'clock. Qualifying and practice 3 started at 7 o'clock UK time, because Turkey's 3 hours in front of everybody in Europe. So you're watching this, you think, you know what, it's going to be another disaster. Practice was boring. Practice, you know what, just forget practice ever happened. Let's face it, practice is most of the time dog shit anyway. Sometimes it's okay when you hear Ted Kravitz, Martin Brundle, whoever's on commentary, and arguing among each other. You might have Ted trying to wind up Johnny Herbert. You might have Johnny Herbert trying to wind up Crafty. That's entertaining. Sometimes you got Anthony on there. That's the only good thing about practice. But apart from that, practice is most of the time dog shit anyway. But when it was raining and nothing was happening, it was dog shit. It was like listening to a podcast. What practice 1, 2, and 3? Practice 1 and 2. Listen to practice 1 and 2. It's like a podcast. It was that dog. It was like watching paint dry. I know it's an old cliche, but it's true. It's like watching paint dry. Practice 3 was exactly more or less the same. But look, There's pictures all over the internet now about Max Verstappen. Max should have got this. Max should have got that. Why you never? You had your chance and you blew it. You wanted to stick behind Raikkonen's gearbox. Thought he was a hard man behind his gearbox. Pumping the petrol thinking, yeah, I'm going to pass this dude. No, it's not a race. It's qualifying. You dummy. You moron. Now this picture now surfacing all over the internet. There you go. That's Max Verstappen after the qualifying. Little baby in the corner with his trainer, whoever it is, don't give a shit who it is. With it behind the bin, crying behind the bins. Probably got his tissues out, probably gonna go for a fucking shit after. Constipated, bloated, I don't know. But what the fact is that he never got qualifying. He had a chance. The only way he's gonna get qualifying, he knew the only way he's gonna get qualifying if Mercedes mess up, which they did. And look, he blew it. And who took it? Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll. He's all over the place. He knows this was his chance. He knows he's never going to get a chance again like this season unless Mercedes mess up again. And let's face it, Mercedes 99.9% of the time don't really mess up. They messed up to that, or obviously it was the rain. They weren't happy with the rain. The car just weren't happening with the rain. I don't care. That's just the way it is. They never got qualifying. I don't give a shit if they never got qualifying. Lewis Hamilton, if he finishes in front of Bottas tomorrow, which most likely he will, he wins the title. So Lewis Hamilton's had a good day. He don't give a crap. He's going to go back to the hotel tonight. He's going to swig a few waters, play with a juice, have a carrot, have an orange, and go to bed. Do his 200 press-ups off the bed. He don't give a shit. He probably he's got his dog in the bed with him, probably cuddling his dog, watching some soap on Netflix, whatever he does. I don't give a shit what he does. But what the fact is, Lewis Hamilton does not give a crap. He does not give a crap what happens, long as he finishes in front of Bottas tomorrow. And most likely, they've probably done team orders anyway. Practice 1, there was dog shit. Practice 2, there was dog shit. Practice 3, there was dog shit. So they must have thought to themselves, we ain't going to get pole. It's dog shit. I'll tell you what we're going to do. If we can't get nowhere in qualifying, we'll do the team orders. Bottas sticks behind Hamilton. Hamilton gets the win tomorrow. Not the win, but in front of Bottas tomorrow. He claims the world title. And after that, the last 3 races of the season, we'll just let you race. Because Bottas times were all right in practice too. And all of a sudden, they went nowhere. So they probably said, nope. Plan B, Plan B, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, Plan E. Stick behind Hamilton. Let Hamilton get in front of you. Don't matter if Hamilton finishes 8th, you finish 10th. And that's it. And that's my opinion. You might be thinking, nah, the Mercedes won't do that. I think that's just my opinion. And if you don't agree with my opinion, do one. I don't care anyway. If you respect my opinion, that's good. If you don't, I don't care anyway. But for me, Max Verstappen acting like a baby. Let me bring this up again. Acting like a baby. If that was Lewis Hamilton, they'd have him on a crucifix. They'd have him on a cross cursing him and saying, look at Lewis Hamilton. Look at him crying. Look at him crying. And this now, what are they doing now? Oh, there's a Max is all right. Oh, understandable. Maxie, oh yeah. You're gonna look at his Max point of view. I don't have to look at it Max point of view. I don't have to look at it Max point of view. If that was Lewis Hamilton, he'd be getting cursed all over Twitter. Guaranteed. If you don't agree with me, suck my balls. So Lance Stroll the winner. Do I care that Lance Stroll got pole? No. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'd rather it Perez. It wasn't. But at least it and the Mercedes 1 and 2 and then Max. So, is it part of doing the notes? I got the notes. The notes for qualifying, there was all racing on the ice ring. Let's face it. Practice 1 and 2, ice ring. Yeah, Q1 nearly got Grosjean. Q1, let's have a look what happened in Q1. Q1, Lando Norris. Q1, Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. That was something my phone was going off. Max Verstappen and Max Verstappen and Lando Norris thought they was playing iRacing. You should have saw them on the track together, just skidding, sliding, doing donuts. They thought they was in the simulator and iRacing. They must have thought they was streaming, but they wasn't. It looked like they was just playing around, having a good time, but they nearly hit each other at one time. But it looked like they was just playing iRacing on the simulator, testing the grip. But there was no grip anyway. There was no grip on that track whatsoever. It was literally like driving on ice. Grosjean was slipping. Everybody knows Grosjean slips. Let's face it, Roman Grosjean, most of the time, 90% of the races, he slips, he falls, someone hits him. Let's face it. Look, 2019, this is going to be a record. I'll always say I was there. 2019, it was practice one. Roman Grosjean crashed in the pits. Who crashes in the pits? Tell me, how is that possible? But it is possible because Roman Grosjean, he done it. So Roman Grosjean slipping, we all know. Ted come out on the mic and he said, Lewis is crazy, should carry on. Because Lewis come out and said, look, the circuit's too wet, it's crazy. Ted said, nah, forget it, carry on. Nah, but Ted, listen, Ted. I respect you, Ted. And for me, on Sky Sports F1, you and Martin Brundle was probably my favourite. But what it boils down to, yeah, you're not driving the car. If Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen or Charles Leclerc hit someone in the car and someone seriously got hurt, would you still stand by that statement where you go, oh, don't worry about it, carry on? When you're doing 100, 150 miles per hour in the wet or whatever they're doing, it's dangerous. And only you know as a driver, you driving the car, what it's like. So, Ted, chill out. So, it got cancelled. The race got paused in Q1. This is, at one time, this one I thought they're going to cancel it. They're going to bring it onto Sunday. It's going to be one of them. Because I think, for me, they should have stopped it. That's just my opinion. A lot of people are probably not going to agree with me, but for me, they should have stopped it. So, Perez, Q2, it got resumed at Q1. Q2, nothing really happened in Q2. It was the same old names coming in. Bottas was up there in Q2, but he didn't get it. Max Verstappen was there. Keeping it, I said Max Verstappen's going to get pole. This is his chance. He's going to get pole. We're coming to Q3. This is when it starts to get close. Q2 not happen. Max Verstappen, Albon, Hamilton, they were the top three and at the end of Q2. Bottas was still in Q1. Bottas was showing some promises. Q2 he kind of back a bit. This is when I thought Mercedes are going to play team orders. They're going to keep Bottas behind Hamilton just so Hamilton can finish in front of him tomorrow and win the title. So it doesn't matter where Hamilton, as long as Hamilton finishes in front of Bottas, it's over. Q3, Max Verstappen got the fastest sector, fastest lap, and straight after Albon came in, got the second fastest lap, but he was 4 seconds behind his teammate. 4 seconds. Albon was 4 seconds behind Max Verstappen. 4 seconds, and you want to keep him. Christian Horner, you want to keep him? Really? You don't want to get Perez? You sure? Because you should. Because you're making a mistake if you keep Albon. So basically, Mercedes came into the garage, double stacked. So this is the obvious team orders coming in now. You never really see Mercedes coming in qualifying, double stacking. They came in and double stacked, put the intermediate tyres on. Max Verstappen was, to me, this is where I thought they made a mistake. Red Bull, Max Verstappen got the two fastest sectors, right, about 6 minutes towards the end of Q3. And all of a sudden, he goes into the pitch, changed from the wet to the inters, because the team must have told him, these are the tyres that you got to change. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? You already got the fast two sectors. At least finish your lap first, then come in, and then change your tyres. But when you get two fast sectors, you don't come into the pit, but he did. This is what I thought, what is going on with Red Bull strategy? Red Bull, when it comes to pit, they're the best, but strategy, not so much. So he comes into the pits, I thought, hold on, comes into the pits, puts intermediate tyres on, goes back out, but he comes back out in front of Kimi. And I thought, oh, all right, he's behind Kimi. Leave a little gap. You got 3 laps to go. You can still do it. So what they do, he spent the last 3 laps stuck behind Kimi's gearbox. Now, if I was a strategist and I was the guy on the radio, I would have come out and said, what are you doing? Get out of Kimi's gearbox, let him drive one, leave a little gap and drive, but he never. He was stuck behind Kimi's gearbox. So there you go. And that's why this picture on the internet is surfacing. Because he knows that shouldn't have happened. He knows. But anyway, at the end, you got Perez at the fastest lap. Then Max, and then Perez got the fastest lap. And I thought, yeah, Perez is going to get P1. I wanted Perez to get P1. Max come back out. Max come out and got P1. And then all of a sudden, Lance Stroll out of nowhere, picked everybody, got P1. And then you had Perez went back into P2. So you had the 2 pick Mercedes 1 and 2. Then you had Max Verstappen. And right at the end, Max Verstappen put a fast lap in and got second place. I think, shit. Why could it just been a 2 pick Mercedes? But it wasn't. Perez still got 3rd place. He's going to be on the 2nd row grid, on the grid tomorrow with Albon. Now, we're going to get into the results. How they... let's get the results up. Do the final results. So it was interesting. So let's get the results up. Qualifying results. Swing these around. We have Lance Stroll, 1, 2, Max Verstappen, 3rd, Sergio Perez, 4th. And by the way, before we get the results, McLaren in Q. I'm going to go back to Q2 now. McLaren, Ferrari, they're both Ferrari drivers, they're both McLaren drivers, and Gasly didn't get out of Q2. None of them did. So that was a shock. I'm just saying, going back to there. So you got Lance Stroll, 2nd Max Verstappen, 3rd Sergio Perez, 4th Alexander Albon, 5th place Daniel Ricciardo, 6th place Lewis Hamilton, 7th place Esteban Ocon, 8th place Kimi Räikkönen, 9th place Valtteri Bottas, 10th place Antonio Giovinazzi, 11th place Lando Norris, 12th place Sebastian Vettel, 13th place Carlos Sainz, 14th place Charles Leclerc, 15th place Pierre Gasly, 16th place Kevin Magnussen, 17th place Daniel Fiat, 18th place George Russell, 19th place Roman Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi out again because he went out in I think it was Q1, he hit his car. I think it was Q1, yeah, he hit his car, or Q2. Latifi didn't make it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna get into the interviews, the top 3. We're gonna play 3rd place at the moment with 3rd place. We've got 3rd place, Sergio Perez. Is unfortunate to lose on the final qualifying run, but you done good, pal. You done good.
That's nearly a front row lockout, man. What was it about those conditions, that car, that just lit up like that?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think pretty well towards the end, especially on that Inter. I think Q1 was very close because I was close to be knocked out. I think it took a long time. They tried the track far too long, and then on my lap I had a yellow flag, so I had to abort it. I ended up P15, so that was close in Q1. And then in Q3, we decided to go for the Inter. I felt that I was able to put some temperature in it. It was going well, lap by lap. Just unfortunate on the final lap, I had Giovinazzi. He went off the circuit into turn 5, and he came back, and that meant I lost my lap, really. I was going a lot faster. I think I had a really good first sector. But unfortunately I wasn't able to complete the lap.
In the conditions for tomorrow's race, be it rain, be it dry, do you think you've got the car to be able to hold these kind of positions?
Well, we have to see what happens with the Mercedes. To be honest, I think we depend on them a bit, but I think from our side we just have to do a perfect day tomorrow, and we can be strong.
So honest, he's saying, let's see what happens. Lance Stroll said earlier, he said he can't see us. They said, you reckon you can hold up the Mercedes? Mercedes are not even in. I know Mercedes are way back, but they said, you reckon you can hold off Red Bull, Mercedes? He goes, nah, I don't think so. He might have been playing up. Maybe Mercedes, he can't. Obviously, Mercedes ain't about to hold up, but he can't hold it behind them for long, especially to get behind him. But maybe Red Bull, you don't know. They might show the power tomorrow because for me, pick Mercedes at the beginning of the season. They were supposed to be the 2nd fastest team. And I don't know what happened to them, but now they're showing more. So, that's how 2nd place, Max Verstappen, it's not bad, but very disappointed overall. Yeah, because you missed that, pal.
I know P2 isn't what you wanted, having been P1 all the way through the weekend, but as they always say, there's no points on a Saturday.
Yeah, but still, very disappointed. Somehow we were very good on the extremes, but very poor on the intermediates, where we couldn't get the tire to work. So yeah, just struggling a lot with front grip in the last lap. So yeah, 2nd is of course not that bad, but in the way we were going through qualifying, I think we expected a lot more, but it's what it is. You know, you can't change it now.
Your laps in the wet were staggering. I mean, they were just incredible to watch. You were miles ahead of people at points when they were still trying to discover the track.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of both. You know, when you have temperature in your tires, everything comes alive and it works. And the last run on the intermediates, I didn't have the temperature, and then you know, you're second. I mean, it's still not bad, but when you're like that far up the road, all the other runs, yeah, for me, it was a very hard one to take. But it's what it is. That's racing sometimes. You know, it can't be always happy times. So we'll hopefully have a good time tomorrow.
With the exception of that intermediate, you've looked incredible on every type of tyre and every kind of condition. Do you care whether it's dry or wet tomorrow?
No, not really. We'll find out tomorrow how we'll do.
So obviously still hurting, understandable, but at the end of the day he had his chance. He shouldn't have got stuck behind Kimi's gearbox. He could have backed off, but he never. He stuck behind him, tried to take it, and he got done, and that's it. So we'll see. We've got the pole lap on here. Usually we have the pole lap when we pole lap. Let's see, we ain't got the pole lap. Usually have the pole lap on here. Let's have a look. Have we got it? Have we got it? Have we got it? Okay, this will do. So we got the pole up. So yeah, this is me. I'm gonna be going now. I'm gonna disappear. I'll leave you with the pole up. This is what I usually do at the end. But before I go, when I was watching this qualifying today, I was watching a guy I know very well, and he's only young. I know him. You know, he's very young. He's not very young, but he's young. Up and coming YouTuber, up and coming streamer. He does go-karting. He's going to be a pro driver. He wants to be a pro driver. He's been training since he was 6 years of age. Very committed to his craft. Nice guy. And his name is TOTO Hammer. He does track guides and he does reviews. And today he done his first live. He didn't just do like recording and upload. No. He done his first live recording of the F1. He done the F1 qualifying live review from the beginning to the end. He done a multi-stream. He done it on his Twitter. He done it on his Twitch page, his Twitch channel, and he done it on his YouTube channel. This guy is loyal, nice guy. He knows he's racing. He's a young, and he will be a professional driver. I'll guarantee he becomes a professional driver. He's loyal. He's a nice guy, and he's good, and he knows his stuff. And he's so young. He's still young. And he knows so much, and he does his review, does his track guide. I highly recommend TOTO Hammer. Check out his channel. His channel I'm going to leave in the description below. I'll leave his Twitch channel and his YouTube channel. And tomorrow he's going to be doing a live F1 race day review. As the race is going to be going, he's going to be reviewing it live. And he's going to be showing his thoughts. And anybody's willing to come along, you can come along to his YouTube channel, Twitch channel, join in the conversation. It was today. We had a few guys in there with a few trolls, some idiots from some scallies somewhere come in his chat. But you get that on YouTube. Just the way it is. It's jealousy. When people see you doing good, they want to knock you down. This guy, he'll never get knocked down. He's got his positive attitude. Nice guy. Go on his YouTube channel tomorrow or his Twitch channel. Watch it live tomorrow, the race day review live, and he'll have the audio, whatever. He'll be there and he'll talk to you. Nice guy. Get involved. Join his channel tomorrow. TOTO Hammer. Description's going to be below tomorrow. I'll be joining it. I watched it today when I was watching the racing today. It was more exciting watching his live review because we had people in there, we were getting involved, talking in the chat. It was fun. I'd rather watch that. I'd rather go on his channel than sometimes, most of the time, watch this qualifying session. It was only at the end the qualifying session got good, but apart from that, it wasn't really good. But I was on his channel live, and we had everybody in there with people. It was good. It was a good review live. So he's going to be doing a race day review tomorrow as well. So look out for that on the channel, TOTO Hammer. So this is going to be me. This is Lance Stroll. On pole. Lance Stroll takes pole P1 from the Turkish Grand Prix, and this is the race. This is the team when they're telling him that he got pole. So I'm going to be going out, so I can get out of here. There's me out there. There we go. There's me gone. So I'm going to be playing this. So see you later, guys. Solo P1. Signing out. Bye.
Purple through the middle sector. Personal best in the first sector. Can he dislodge his teammate Sergio Perez from pole position? Stroll crosses the line and he does go pole. 1:47.7. Lance Stroll is on pole for the first time in his career.
The Racing Point came alive, didn't they, in this session? And it was Stroll who kept it on the road. Perez had too many adventures probably, and Verstappen not so happy on the intermediates.
That's it, P1, P1.
Yes, boys! Let's go! Let's go! Yes!